You can go ahead, start. Ain't nobody.
Oh, I know. No. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Context Cocktail. It's been a hot second. You know, it's been a minute since we've actually had the podcast. So last week we had a Christmas party here at the house. It was a Wednesday night, so we didn't want to, detract from the party. We didn't want to take away from that by making everybody get out of our house so that we could do a podcast. Week before that, we had some technical issues. We had some stuff going on, and then
built the door.
we put a door in so now the dogs can't bother us. Please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome my co-host,
Wow.
Tim Hopkins.
That's me.
So, how are we doing tonight? Woo! We're knocking everything off. Yeah.
We're breaking everything.
Yeah, you're breaking everything, Tim. I'm so glad that you are here and breaking my stuff. I appreciate that.
Yay. Man, that's good. Jesus Christ.
Ooh, it's real good. So what are we doing tonight? You wanna explain what's happened? Are we putting blast on? We going
I
full
don't
blast?
know, man. I don't know. Maybe wait on it.
Wait on
Maybe.
it, see what the response is. Either way, we had a guest lined up for tonight. We've tried to have him on for 3 weeks now, and this is the third week that he has no-showed. So we're really not sure what to do about it. We're kind of just like, I don't know, disappointed. I'm disappointed.
I mean, it sucks.
You know?
I mean, I understand. Life happens and
Yeah,
shit. But
I understand busy schedules and all that. Because, I mean, trust me, I'm no stranger to the busy schedule myself. But,
I have a history with flaking, to
yeah.
be honest. Like, I used to be really bad. I'm not nearly as bad at it as I was a couple years ago. But I did it so much that I got known for it.
Oh,
like
you were known to be a flake?
Yeah. Like, people would make plans and invite me and then expect me to flake because they made the plans.
Oh,
Which,
damn.
That's a shit feeling. So, I don't know. I don't nearly do it as much as I used to.
And like, I don't want to put the guy on blast. I don't want to, like, up and just like, da-da-da-da-da-da.
Lime is so good.
But,
I
like,
hate to defer from what
no, you're good.
It's so good, though.
It is. It's actually really good. But like, it's kind of annoying, you know,
It's pretty frustrating.
because this is the third week and we tried have him on, and every time something comes up. Like I said, I understand. I understand life. I understand that things happen, but man.
Yeah.
I'm upset because we had good topic lined up. We were ready to go. We had stuff happening, but
Which, who's to know? The future isn't hard set just because we say it is. But, I mean, I still want to get into those topics at some point with someone, regardless of what happens, because it's an important topic to talk about. But, in good news, we've got some pretty big guests come after the holidays. Like,
yeah.
one of my old coworkers, one of my old managers, and one of the owners of a company I used to work for is coming on the show. That'll probably be an episode where we talk about vaping and music. We got a very, very special guest that we're keeping
On the DL.
Yeah, but we are both
Super stoked.
incredibly excited for this
Super
episode.
stoked for that, because that's a big deal. Having him on the show.
Yeah, the fact that he made time. You know what? I think that speaks to both of us.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have to say yes, and he doesn't have to make time. But
Because he's a busy man. Like, he is one busy guy.
he's got a lot going on, for
Yeah.
sure.
But he is going to be coming on the show sometime in January, before school starts back up, is our hope.
Yeah.
We got a lot of things to talk about with him. Like a lot of stuff to talk about.
I need to thank him for helping me stay in college for as long
Yeah.
as long. Without him, no doubt, like, this is on the record on a live stream podcast. Without this dude, I'd have bailed out of college long ago.
I mean, honestly, me too. If I didn't have him there with me while I'm doing this, I don't think I would have wanted to stay in school.
He makes it, I don't know, he
Makes it
makes it
bearable.
look worthwhile. Like, because we've both got stuff coming up. We both have projects and life changes coming this year, and then in a few years we have the biggest life change coming. And I feel like with him advising us in the corner, it doesn't feel as intimidating. Because going into it, when we first spoke, starting a media production company, and then what you're going to be doing the next little while, and then what I'm going to be doing by the year 2020, all that stuff seems daunting and impossible, but this dude makes it seem like, oh no, that's super easy. You just have to do these 3 things.
Yeah, he breaks it down in a way that even the dumbest of people can understand. Here's the thing, I'm smart.
I'm retarded.
I'm smart. I don't use my common sense. Right? I have my common sense non-existent. You can ask my parents. They're like, yeah, Garrett, really smart if he applies himself, but he's really, really stupid.
Disgusting. I hate that.
Stupid.
Apply yourself.
Well, here's the thing though. I need to apply myself, because if I don't apply myself, like, I'm the worst person in the world if I don't apply myself. But yeah. So this guy that's coming on the cast, he's been a really big influence and a really big help in both of our college careers. What's up, Mary? Glad to have you on.
Which we've had some pretty substantial, locally substantial guests on the show so far, especially just being a bunch of dudes. We get pretty decent views. Like within a week, just to be starting out, like this is our first, I would say our first quarter worth of content of the year.
Yeah.
And
it's not bad.
We've had people like up and coming musicians, local talent, like local radio hosts. Like we've had some pretty good guests, so we're making pretty decent ground, I would say.
And just not to get into the analytics and bore you guys, but like we've pulled some decent views over the last since we've started. Our watch time is actually
pretty sick,
really good. We've got a decent retention rate for you guys that come in and listen to us.
We have a sexual predator who comes on the show all the time.
Yeah, it's great stuff. I think I may have banned the sexual predator, like permaban. I think.
Dang.
I think I permaban the sexual predator, which is a thing that you kind of have to do sometimes as a streamer, just to keep your chat room okay, just to keep it within law.
We kept her in the dark confines of Twitch.
Yeah. No, they can't find us anywhere else. But yeah, so
it's such a crazy time right now.
It is. The world itself is just kind of the whole world is just kind of a mess right now.
Yeah, and I mean now we got the holidays. Because I think we haven't done this in like
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I know. The first week we had some technical issues. Second week we had a bail. Then we had the Christmas party.
And now we're back.
But
we probably won't be here next week because of Christmas.
Well, yeah, because that's Christmas Day.
Yeah.
So we're not going to be here Christmas Day.
But hopefully come 2020 we'll be consistent.
We can be consistent. And in 2020, our goal for the Context Cocktail is to start creating content on YouTube to upload as well. Yeah. Right? So that way we can have like little snippets of the podcast that are super interesting or just general sit-down topics that Tim and I want to talk about that's not necessarily live stream, but we just sit down and riff, right?
Yeah.
So we're looking to create content outside of just the live stream, which we love the live stream. We will always do the live stream. That's what the Context Cocktail is, right? But we also want to start branching out and trying some new things,
Doing some stuff, some things, man. Some stuff. Plus, tonight's a big one. Tonight's a crazy big night. If you want to get into the specifics of it, Donald Trump just got impeached.
Yo, I was actually just about to bring that up.
Hard.
Donald Trump, the current sitting president of the United States, has just been impeached. The House voted on the articles of impeachment is yes, he is guilty of these things. So
it's hard to do that.
It's really hard. I mean,
let's not underplay that. We've had 50-something presidents.
54, I think.
And we've only had 3 get impeached.
3, counting Trump, right? So that's Andrew Jackson, Bill Clinton. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
And it takes
Bill Clinton and now Donald Trump.
It takes a lot of moves to make that. It's one thing to say, "Oh, we're going to impeach the president." It's another thing for the moves to be made and the die to be cast.
Because
and then to go through with it.
Because there's presidents that have been okay, we should impeach this guy, but nothing was ever done, right? Like Nixon was supposed to be impeached, but he resigned before he got impeached because he knew so far none of the presidents that have been impeached have been fired, basically, right? Yeah. So what happens?
They bail.
what happens for those of you who don't know, in the process, the House votes on whether or not you are guilty of these things, right?
Yep.
Then you have to take the vote to the Senate, where you need a 2/3 majority to say, yes, he's guilty, get him out of office.
Yep.
Right? So you need 2/3 of the entire Senate to say, get him out, get him gone. No president has ever been kicked out. No president has, up to date, as far, because right now Trump's trial, his court date, his trial date has not been set yet, right? So the 2 presidents that were impeached before have not been kicked out. Bill Clinton was, what's the word?
He resigned, right?
No. Bill Clinton was the House, the Senate didn't go through that. They voted to keep him in office, right?
Yeah.
As did Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson was the other president that got impeached. The Senate voted to keep him in as well. Now Nixon was supposed to be impeached, right? Richard Nixon. I am not a crook.
Jumped the ship.
He was supposed to get impeached. They drew up articles of impeachment, but before the House could even vote on whether or not he should be impeached,
He didn't want that on his
he
resume.
jumped. He's like, I am resigning. I'm not a crook. Gerald, you're in. he ditched because he knew if he got in front of the House and they voted yes, the Senate was going to kick him out just like that. Like, there was no ifs, ands, or buts, because let's face it, Richard Nixon was a crook.
Yeah, he's tied into some shady stuff.
Yeah,
for sure.
The whole scandal breaking into was it the Democrats or the Republican?
Don't make me lie to you. I'm not.
The whole Watergate scandal. That was all Nixon, right?
I'm not a big politics guy personally.
I mean, I'm really not either. But like this specific facet of history,
Yeah.
impeaching a president, I find fascinating. Like, it's so crazy to me.
Dethrone the king and whatnot.
Yeah, it's because it's basically that's a good point.
Yeah.
Impeaching a president is like, dethroning a king.
Yeah, it's not like England where you have a figurehead and then you have everyone else.
No.
Because they have the queen who's virtually just...
She's there for looks.
She's a mascot. Like,
yeah, she's...
No disrespect, God save the queen.
Yeah.
I mean... No disrespect to the queen.
Hell, Queen Elizabeth's still 94 years old. She's still kicking around.
She's been killing it for decades. But, like, she's pretty much a mascot. I believe it's Parliament that does all their stuff.
Yeah, Parliament does all the work.
So, I don't know. I mean, we've had a lot of presidents that probably should have been trial for it. I mean, because, one day we're just chilling, everybody's fine, we're doing a good time, and then all of a sudden the World Trade Center falls. Got him. If you don't believe in conspiracy theories, you came to the wrong fucking place.
Bro, we gotta have a whole podcast specifically about conspiracy theories. Like, actually get together some topics and actually get together some stuff to talk about.
We should do 3 each. Or no, we should do like 5 each. Oh, well, unless we have a guest. If we have a guest who's like knee deep in it,
yeah,
we can all do like 3 each and have extensive conversation. We'll just have to share what we're wanting to talk about. That way we're not talking about the same shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, somebody call Shane Dawson.
Honestly, hey Shane, could we have you on the podcast? Could we, Shane Dawson, if you're watching this, listen, we love your content. Could you come on our podcast, please? Could you fly down to Mississippi in the middle of nowhere?
Get us some mad clout, please.
Get us some mad clout. I'm gonna tweet him from our Twitter account.
Do it, bro. Do it. I mean, it would be a dope podcast to just sit here and talk about conspiracy theories with Shane Dawson. Especially considering he's got all the YouTube conspiracy theories, like the Susan Wojcicki,
Susan Wojcicki,
whatever the hell, the villainess.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. Did you watch that game theory that Matt Pat did?
No.
Matt Pat actually sat down at the Gamers Convention whenever they had it like a few months ago, and sat down and like grilled Susan Wojcicki. Right, grilled her hard on the big questions about the gaming community in general. So it's not applicable to everyone, but like, man, it's some mad shade. There was some mad shade.
I mean, there's shade to be thrown. She became CEO in 2013, 2014.
Yeah.
Because I remember she took over right after I got out of high school, which was 2013.
Yeah.
And then since then, it went from being like a social media format for regular everyday people to now it's just trying to be cable. Like, now it's just promoting like pre-established stars and TV networks and this, that, and the next thing. Like, it has nothing to do with the little man anymore.
Yeah, which is what YouTube used to be. It used to be all about the little man.
Unless you want to spend like $100 a day on Google ad boost your stuff, get mad clout.
Which, if you have that kind of money, why are you trying to?
No, Joe, you've already done it.
You've already made it. If you've got that money, you don't need to be YouTube famous. You've got buku dollars.
Like I'm about to start investing in Google Ads, but I'm not gonna do $100 a day. I'll probably do like $3 a day.
Yeah.
Which is still sick. Like, shouts out to Google Ads. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, look, for $21 a week, you can reach 50 more people. Honestly, like that's not bad.
And then you actually pop up in the search bar and stuff. Which I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone that's gonna watch this, none of you are YouTubers.
Yeah, none of you.
So,
hey, Lithium Ember,
hey,
buku, man. What's up? Yeah, buku bucks. I don't know where that came from, but buku.
Welcome back, man.
Welcome back. Yeah, it's a chill podcast tonight. It's just a chill one.
Yeah, I mean, unless you have something you want us to spaz out about, we've already talked about. Oh God, there it goes.
Been a hot second. Can't wait to get wasted on some knowledge. Listen, we dropping mad knowledge out here about absolutely nothing. We're not.
Yeah, I mean, we just talked about impeachment.
Yeah. What are your opinions on that one? Cause
yeah, bro. What do you think about? I mean, you're military. Tell us what you think about Trump getting impeached and whatnot.
Yeah.
We're not going to give your name at any point, so it's not going to be incriminating to you personally. Shit, we already said Lithium Ember. If anybody knows his shit, they can just back it to him. We'll say that somebody else came in and gave your opinion.
Yeah, there you go.
And they're so fucking dumb, they won't realize that I've already outed you. Right there. And that moment.
In that moment, he knew. He messed up.
Always. That's my life. I live that existentially.
No, that's, I mean, honestly. Okay. School's over, dude.
Yeah.
You're a ghost regardless. Fair. School is out. School's over, bro.
God bless, dude.
That's it. We're done. For the semester. Let me go ahead.
I was going to say I made it by the skin of my teeth, but I actually kind of kicked ass this semester.
Good for you. I made it by the skin of my teeth.
In contrast to, like, my last few semesters where, like, my mental health was
that was me this semester.
Like, because I was on probation this semester. They were like, yo, if you fuck up.
That's it. You're out.
You got to sit. Like, I had to meet with some dude in a suit.
Some guy in a suit. I had to sit down at a table.
Some asshole in a suit. And he's like, yo, if you bomb this, like, you're going to have to sit out next semester. When you do come back, you're not going to have your financial aid. You're not going to have grants and stuff to back you. And you're not going to be able to take 18 hours. You're going to have to come down from 18 hours. And I was like, basically, I'm dropping out of college.
Basically, I'm dropping out and not coming back. You think screw you guys.
You think I'm paying, not only USM, if you think I'm paying any university $5,000 or more a semester with no backing and I can't get maximum hours, you have lost your fucking mind. What did I say?
As far as the impeachment goes, I have no opinion one way or the other. At this point, it's all about survival of the fittest. Oof.
That's pretty nihilistic, my man.
But he does have a solid point.
That's
also,
true.
Next subject when it comes out, what's the deal with Greta Thunberg? With Greta Thunder, if that's how you spell it. Okay, Greta Thunberg or Thunberg.
I think she's Swedish, so it's like Thunberg or something like that.
Yeah. So she's from Sweden. She is a child.
She's a Viking. Very sensitive Viking.
She's a child climate activist. Her big kick is
how dare you?
How dare you? Ruin my hopes and dreams.
Her voice is so soft and fragile. It's pathetic.
Because keep in mind though, English is not her first language either.
She still sounds like shit. I don't care.
Yeah. So her big deal is that we're destroying the planet. Which let's be fair, we could be doing a better job of keeping. We could be doing a better job of keeping our planet clean.
Who is she to tell me what I know I'm doing?
I mean,
firstly,
the amount of can't talk.
Our carbon footprint is
massive. It's massive.
For sure.
Amount of plastic
in the ocean. Oh, Jason Momoa is on that shit, boy. Let me tell you.
So let's just 8 million metric tons of plastic enter into the ocean every year, on top of the already 150 million metric tons that currently circulate. Right? So we have a massive amount of non-biodegradable crap floating on our ocean.
If you gave that to a bunch of Californian surgeons, it'd be gone in a day. It's a lot of plastic surgery.
That's a lot. Honestly, that much. I don't know if that's enough to satisfy Kim Kardashian, but we could try.
We'll get one ass cheek.
Do you know if she's actually done anything other than complaining?
I don't
So here's
know.
the thing. I know a little bit about it. Greta, in Sweden, she organized school walkouts.
Oh.
So not that that's necessarily doing anything.
A new age rebel.
She hasn't, shall we say, created a machine to clean out the plastic in the ocean. She hasn't created a new thing. But keep in mind, though, Greta Thunberg's only like 13.
Yeah. You know, she's raising her voice pretty loud.
That's and that's the big thing, is that she is raising her voice, right? Yeah. So Greta Thunberg.
It's pretty whack to watch a bunch of.
Okay. All right. So she's 16. She's
really?
Swedish.
She
Yeah.
looks 8.
I know, that's what I'm saying. But she's 16.
Gnarly.
But she's raised her voice, right? So she's one of the most vocal people about it out there right now. And the fact that it's coming from a child makes people pay that much more attention.
Her and Leo DiCaprio are gonna hang out. So.
Okay, yeah, but see, Leonardo DiCaprio is just Leonardo DiCaprio.
He's got mad cash.
He's got mad cash, and all he does is hold fundraisers where other people give him money so that he can get a tax write-off.
Yay!
I hate to be like that person, but that's what they do.
What's eating Gilbert? Great boy.
Yeah. So like if you donate to the reason why I ask is there's a woman I read about that created a bacteria that completely breaks down plastic. See, exactly. Right, that, like, scientists that create stuff like that, like a bacteria that completely breaks down plastic, those people are like the unsung heroes. You never hear about them.
That's killer. It like eats plastic?
Yeah, it completely breaks it down. It's a bacteria that just destroys it and just turns it into
as long as it
basically
doesn't
nothingness, right?
As long as it doesn't kill aquatic life, like that's
Yeah.
That's the go-to. It's probably the same as like biofuel.
Yeah.
Like we have biofuel. It's ready to go. It's been ready to go since Noah, how long has biofuel been ready to go?
5 years.
We've had it for like half a decade, but we're not going to spend the extra $1,000 to get it into circulation. Like we're just not going to do that.
Which shows a huge flaw in our country. Like not to get all political, but like the point being, why is she Person of the Year instead of Greta? Exactly. And that's the thing that I'm saying, is that the scientists that create these kinds of things, they don't get the recognition. It's about whoever bangs the pots and yells the loudest.
That's an easy one. She's
Right?
Person of the Year because she's a good figurehead for it. Like she's a great mascot.
Yeah.
Think about
So Greta Thunberg is the mascot. She's Person of the Year because she's a 16-year-old environmental.
She's the Queen of England for environmental causes. Like
Yeah.
it's because she's a 16-year-old girl. For not having English as a primary language, she's pretty articulate. Like she says the right shit. It's kind of like, you know, those shows like America's Got Talent and American Idol and all that shit. Like they don't really that shit's fake. Like they find people that look good, sound decent, and have a good shitty backstory made up, put them on TV because it looks good, it sounds good. Same thing with this Greta chick. Like she's just a young girl, immediate shock factor, who's foreign, cute factor. Like the signs just add up.
Yeah, so she's a good figurehead now, and here's the thing though, like she has made a difference, right? She has sparked the conversation, right? She's sparked people to look at it more intensely, and she's spoken to the UN, she's spoken to world councils about it, right? So it's not like she's just sitting there in Sweden, sitting outside of a school yelling the climate is dying.
Eating surstroming and shit.
Yeah, like she's actually out there. She's doing a press tour. She's doing what she's doing, and people are responding. So I agree mostly negatively, but I do agree that there are other people that could have gotten Person of the Year. But I think that the cultural impact that she has had far outweighs the scientific impact that these other people have had, right?
It wigs me out, man. Like, nothing wigs me out worse than watching these, like, sweaty 40-year-old men bitching about her. As if, like,
makes me so
as
mad.
if she's had any genuine life experience. She has every right to bitch about the earth. I'm not taking that from her. She has every right to be environmentally conscious. She has every right to say whatever the fuck she wants to say.
Yeah.
However, life experience-wise, this girl is 16 years old. She has none. She has zero. She's going to go home tonight and watch Lizzie McGuire. Like, she has no life experience. So the fact that these sweaty 40-year-old dudes are like, fuck her, she needs to die. She doesn't know what she's talking about. That's a 16-year-old girl, you piece of shit. Like, what are you? Why are you so mad?
Stop being like you are. Stop being that, and just think about it. Just think.
Like, how are you that mad? And she has class tomorrow. Are you
Well, no, she doesn't. She's not attending school because she's sitting out of
Oh yeah, she's edgy.
Well, here's the thing. Now I think she's still attending school now. I think she's attending school now. But like, hey, I was homeschooled. Don't you knock on us?
I'm not. You guys, cheat codes are cool. Hong Kong protesters should have won. Okay, well,
the Hong Kong protesters should have won Person of the Year.
Person of the Year, dude. I'll be honest with you, bro. I don't know shit about that.
Honestly, I don't know enough about the Hong Kong protests to make any kind of have an informed opinion on that, Jake.
I mean, Jake, if you wanna educate us here on the live chat, like educate us, man. Our roommate Noah's talked to me a little bit about it, just how they're like fighting for their rights and shit like that.
I know. A lot of it had to do with like invasion of privacy.
Yeah, because Hong Kong's like their own shit, and then China's like, fuck you guys.
China's like, no, you're not. You're not a sovereign country. You're still a city in China. Because
he just said yes.
He would like to educate us.
Oh yeah. Hit us up. Let us know.
Educate us, man. But, give us a little rundown.
From my understanding, that's what it is. Like they're fighting for their right to be their own shit, which is cool. I don't.
Here's the thing.
I love Chinese food. That's dope.
Fucking race. What?
It's dope.
But like, yeah. So for sure, there's a lot happening. There was the Yellow Vest protests in France.
The fuck is that? My French teacher's gonna be pissed. I don't know what that is.
Well, no, it happened like this year, around the same time, really, as the Hong Kong protests. But the Yellow Vest protest started as a protest over the gas tax.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of evolved into like, okay, you said it's basically taken the French president Macron down a few notches, and like you said you were gonna do all this shit, you never did it. Here's what I think about it, right?
That is a population I would not fuck with.
The French?
Well, yeah.
Okay, well, like, yeah, but let's be honest. What are the French gonna do? Run away?
Yeah, well, yeah, like they're a bunch of soft boys, sure. When it comes to like warfare or whatever,
yeah.
But like when it comes to fucking stuff up within their hometown,
oh god,
they will fuck stuff up.
They will do everything.
Shit happened with Macron or whatever his name is when I was in French with my teacher, and they were like putting horse shit and cow shit into like these hose machines attached to guns and spraying the president's house and spraying the streets, and they would just go destroy shit.
Oh my god!
Like the French go hard at home. They don't do shit else, but they go hard at home, dude. Last it's not FIFA. It's a real soccer shit. What is that?
The World Cup?
Yeah, that one, dude. They did sort of good from my understanding. Like, they did okay. Yeah. And they partied for, like, a week straight. Like, my teacher showed us video of them partying. And, like, it went all day, all night. They were drunk in the streets. They were drunk in their house. They were lighting buildings on fire. There was wine. Dude, it rained wine. It tripped me the fuck out. I was like, they get down like that, bro? If we started to get down like that, people would call the SWAT team. And like, people would get shot here. But in France, they're like, nah, let them party. We won a fucking soccer game. You let them party till someone dies. Wait, what is this stuff?
All right, so now we're gonna dive back into the Hong Kong thing. They're fighting for their own 1776 from the oppressive communist government.
I have a statement there.
Yep.
Okay, that's cool. I get it now. The 1776, they're fighting for the oppressive government. Okay, that is totally respectable. What we did was we bailed. far away, so we had time. They are literally fighting in their own backyard. And they took 3 steps away from China and said, "This is us now, bitch."
we were like, you know what? There's a whole ocean between us. Screw you.
We found new land, killed the people living there, and then looked at England and was like, "Ha, this is our house now." China or Hong Kong was just like, "Hey, we're gonna borrow this patch of land.
Is that okay? We're Hong Kong now.
This is ours, And then China was like, bitch!
It's not that they're fighting for their... It's not just that they're fighting for their rights. They've been their own sovereign, autonomous nation for decades, and China is now trying to force their communist ideals upon them, infringing on free speech, free religion, and all other values that are inalienable to all people.
You're passionate about this. I appreciate that.
Which is...
That's good shit.
That's dope, man. So basically, if I can summarize and break it all down, what you're saying is that China said, hey, you know how we like to rule everything?
And make everything... Is that leaking?
No. No.
Okay, we're good.
China's like, hey, you know how we own everything and we rule everything and we're communists, so everything is ours, not yours? Right? Well, that's not yours. That's ours. We're going to share this now.
Literally.
And then Hong Kong's like, no. And China's like, yeah. And now that's how it goes.
I don't know. I wouldn't flex on China, to be honest. Those motherfuckers, they live by the billions. Those motherfuckers have if you took the Earth's population and put it in percentages, a substantial percentage is China.
Yeah.
There's a lot of motherfuckers there.
There are a lot of little Chinese men with little Chinese guns in that country. Because military service is mandatory for every male. You have to serve in the military at some point.
Look, what they need to do, they need to go American on it. They need to dip from China. They need to go find a new country, kill innocent people on that, and then flip off China from a distance. Ha! We got it!
Lithium members like the difference of American rebellious teenagers and Asian rebellious teenagers. We'll straight jump ship and leave.
Our roommate Noah, I said this shit about going and killing innocent people and flipping off China. Our roommate got right within eyesight and looked at me like, "Are you sure about that?" Look, man, Genghis Khan is a good example. That motherfucker, he's in everybody now.
Literally every single person. I think like 80% of the world's population has Genghis Khan's DNA.
Literally everything for 80%.
I mean, he fucked everybody, right?
No, not just fucked everybody. He raped everybody.
Yeah, what an asshole.
Women.
You don't know that. Where's the science?
Who says it was just women?
They're the ones that get pregnant.
It's 2019.
It was what decade was he alive?
Like the 1500.
It's 1520. He can fuck whoever he wants.
He has no restaurant, man.
He owns a restaurant.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude.
So, I mean, there's a whole lot happening.
The world's Don't you cough that. It's delicious.
No, I got a chunk of salt stuck in the... When you salted my rim.
I got to reload soon.
Yeah, me too, dog.
I don't know, man. Everything's going to hell in a handbasket. I mean, that's fine and all. But, as long as it stays the fuck away from here.
Genghis Khan's wagon wheel routine was a good reason to be short. What does that mean?
What the hell does that mean?
What do you mean, Jake? Educate me. It's 2020.
Why do you know so much about China? You're one of the whitest guys I've ever met.
Lithium member said it's 2020, the beta test. Honestly, you right. We're
doing some weird shit.
We're not really starting off the decade well, I don't think.
Or are you taking shots at beta males? Because that's clever. Like, it's 2020 the beta test. Like, that's clever.
All right. If that's the case, mad respect.
That's a good dig. Like, I fuck with it. I fuck with it.
But yeah, 2020 is going to be an interesting year because, so to bring it back to the first thing we were talking about, impeachment.
While you do that, take the wheel. I'm reloading.
So to
you want one?
Yeah, no, go ahead, refill me. So the biggest thing with 2020 is that it's a new election cycle, right? We're electing a new president. I think the biggest thing is.
Or re-electing the old president.
Or re-electing the old president, but that's the thing. Now that he's been impeached...
is he still applicable to be re-elected?
He is, as long as the Senate doesn't vote him out. If the Senate votes him out, then he cannot rerun. He can't run for re-election. But I think if he does, he can still run, and he probably will, but I don't think he's going to get the Republican nomination.
Nah, I know, like, halfway through his term, I know a lot of people who are regretting not voting Bernie.
Yeah, I think that 2020 is going to be a very, very interesting year politically for America because we have such polar opposites running the race now. Like it's mad crazy how different this election is going to be than 2016, right? Because 2016 was Hillary against Trump, two opposite ends of the spectrum, two terrible choices for president.
Two terrorists.
Not terrorists, but terrible choices, right? For sure, it was not a good choice for either one of them to be president. But now we've got people like Elizabeth Warren running. We've got Bernie Sanders running again. I don't even know who's running on the Republican ticket.
Those people who got Bernie tattoos were probably so pissed.
I don't even know who's running on the Republican ticket. I don't know if anybody on the Republican side is campaigning because they all think they're going to vote Trump. I mean, that's just it. I don't know.
Y'all want me to come talk about politics? I've worked in politics. What did you do in politics? Let me know.
Yeah.
That's not me like trying to like. I'm not. That's not me doubting you. That's just me saying I'm genuinely curious.
Nah, I should have voted Johnson instead of Field of Bird. 2020 Field of Johnson.
That's incredible. That brings me right back to the beta test thing.
Right. Yeah.
Not that touching wieners makes you a beta male. It's just more or less the sense of you as the president are like, touch my dick. Like that's a whole thing.
That's a whole different animal. It's a whole different sphere of campaigning, right?
Yeah, because I've said it before and I'll say it again. Sleep with whoever you want to sleep with. I don't give a shit.
It's 2019, almost 2020. Okay, so here's the thing. How long ago was 2007?
12 years.
Yeah.
Easy math.
But it feels like it was like 3 years ago.
2000 what?
7. It was like 3 years ago.
What grade was I in?
I don't know, how old are you?
Shit, I was in like middle school.
Yeah. I was literally 9 years old, but it feels like 3 years ago. Right? So like
he worked 2 campaigns. Not to cut you off.
Shit.
That's wild.
What campaigns? Who did you
Waller for the Republicans
and Jay Hughes. So he's worked both sides of the spectrum. He's worked Republican and Democrat.
If we ever have a political fucking episode, we'll have to have you on. I mean, I want to have you on the show anyway, just because you've been here multiple times, and I'm always down to have a guest. That's crazy, though.
Yeah, that's insane.
I'm not patriotic enough to do that.
Here's the thing. I understand that as an American, it's kind of my obligation to vote because I have to. If I don't vote, I can't complain.
Oh,
right?
I heard that from.
If I don't vote, I can't complain because that's the mindset everybody has. But also, like, I don't want to care.
Yeah.
Like, I want to care because I want the people that run this country to be good people. But they're all politicians. Nobody's gonna be good. Nobody. They're all gonna have their own agenda. Whatever they say to you when they're campaigning, they all have their own agenda.
Yeah, well, I mean,
everybody that is running against Trump for 2020, right?
Your hair is
so long. You start to look like a juiced Jesus.
Call me Juiced Jesus.
Honestly, you're not wrong.
I love this shit. It's great.
Everybody that's running on the 2020 ticket for the Democrats, their big thing is, we're not Trump. We're running to get Trump out of office.
At this moment.
That's their agenda. Their agenda isn't what's best for the American people. Their agenda isn't what's best for America as a country, just as a whole. It's, we want to get rid of Trump. Yeah. We don't like Trump, so we're going to run against him, and we're going to get him out of office. That's their mindset.
Yeah.
So I think that everything is just, it's all so messy. The way that American politics is set up.
It's all so boring.
And I don't want to care.
Yeah.
But I have to care. Right?
Here's my thing, though. And anybody in any of the chats can disagree or argue with me if you want. I couldn't give a shit less. So the argument, which I've heard it multiple times before, is like, if you don't vote, you can't complain, etc., etc.
Yeah.
My counter argument to that is, am I paying taxes? I get to complain.
There you go. Do I pay the president's salary? I can complain.
Yeah, like, shut up. Like, I see the argument, and I respect the argument. You know, if you don't vote, if you're not participating in the game, why do you get a say on how the game is played? Yeah. Like, I understand that much. But it's not so simple. This isn't Monopoly. I'm not somebody spectating Monopoly from the outside. This is... I have to pay to be alive. I mean that literally and metaphorically. Taxes,
God.
they're gonna charge you like $30-something thousand to be born. Everything we do medically is upcharged by like 500%.
Jeez.
Like, if I'm paying taxes, shut up.
I mean, that's a fair point.
That's the least I get to do for having to pay to breathe in America. Shut up.
Because, I mean, you do have to pay to breathe. You have to pay, like, environmental taxes and stuff. Here's the thing.
It's obscene.
I have to pay the United States government for the privilege of driving on their roads.
Yeah.
Right? You have to pay a road privilege tax.
Especially if you're in, like, Texas. Texas has, like, killer fare.
Oof.
Yeah.
There's one woman running for office. I forgot her name, but her whole campaign was to stop veteran homelessness when she got elected. Those people have so much money, so why wait to do what they want for the people? Exactly. If they're saying we're going to do this when we get elected, why are they just doing it now, just out of the goodness of their hearts? Yeah. Because everything is a manipulation.
That's a good point.
It's a ploy, dude. You're right. It's a total ploy. It's like, okay, we're going to get you to vote for me because I'm going to say all these things. Think about it. How many of the things have we actually accomplished that Trump said he was going to accomplish in 4 years?
I think he's built a portion of that wall.
A portion.
That wall is trash.
Which here's the thing. Let me tell you what. The first Democrat to get in office, as soon as they do, they're going to demolish the wall. They're going to cut funding for his wall project. 100%. That's it.
That wall looks like ass. That wall is laughable. Like, I don't remember how tall it is, but you can see videos of it being built. That wall is laughable.
It's not even good. It's not even good.
Like, there's a Mexican dude looking at it right now going, I'm going to dig underneath that. Or I'm going to swim around that. Not because of any particular goal. I love my homeland of Mexico. I just really want to flip that Cheeto off. Like,
yeah. And there's a whole other drain storm of problems talking about Mexican-American relations that we're not even going to touch because I don't want to touch it.
Stay thirsty.
I don't want to touch it. But like, you know, America's just kind of gone to hell in a handbasket. Back when I was young.
We just lack sincerity, man. Like, everybody's just, it's all personalized, and I think it comes down to a psychological thing. Like, being the president it means you have power. Everyone wants power because power makes you better than the person next to you. And you're willing to say whatever it takes or do whatever you have to do to get that power. I mean, it's just a power struggle because we're human beings. It's just how we're wired.
Now, Jake does make a good point. The economy is higher than ever before. There are more minorities and women at work than ever before. Now, I will give you that. The economy has kind of gone up. The economy is better. There are more people employed. Now, what do you expect coming from a businessman, right? Our businesses are booming, right? Because he's a businessman. That's what he knows how to run.
Yeah, I mean,
foreign relations.
He's gone bankrupt a couple. Well, his businesses have gone under a couple times, but
I mean, for a man who still has a,
you get up and try again.
I mean, for a man who still has a net worth,
you get up, get a small loan of $1 million, and try again.
My father gave me a small loan of $1 million. If my dad had enough money to give me a small loan of $1 million,
I'd shit myself first of all. First and foremost. I was like, Dad, I'm trying to start a media production company. He hands me
$1 million,
like $1 million, or like give me $700. I'm gonna fucking shit myself.
That's just, I mean, yeah, that's like, I mean, imagine going to, all right, so for context, because this context cocktail, for context, my father is a high school teacher. They don't make a lot of money, all right? You just Google the average salary of a high school teacher. You'll know what I'm talking about. So if my father handed me $1,000 and said, go buy some stuff, go get your business off the ground, I'd be like, Dad, how many drugs have you been selling, and where can I get some to hawk for myself? Like,
when did you become the plug?
Like, when did you become Walter White? You know, like, that's the
gang shit.
And that's the kind of thing is like he had such a leg up in the world. Trump did, just to start off.
I mean, he's very silver spooned for sure.
Yeah, 100%
off the bat. So like to be able to say he can come down to like the average man's level is it's a far cry. Because I mean, if you've never, and I hate to be that guy, you know, but like if you've never experienced what it's like to have your lights cut off, or like have to go without dinner or something like that. Don't tell me you know what it's like.
Don't.
Like fuck.
Yeah. Like okay, so I never went hungry as a child, right? My parents went in debt, but I never went hungry, right? I never went hungry. I always had a roof over my head. I was never without electricity. I had simple pleasures in life. I had food. I had water. I had a house. I had TV. You know, like I had a good childhood. Now, when I moved out and went to college, and I got my own apartment,
We do not live in an apartment.
We don't live in an apartment. We live in a house. I had an apartment last year. Lived with a crappy human being.
Yeah, he's kind of shit.
He was terrible because he didn't pay his half of the electric bill, and guess whose lights got cut off because I couldn't afford to do it on my own.
Look up how much money the Democratic candidates have in their pocket. Oh, I feel like this is going in a direction it's not meant to go. We're not like this isn't meant to be like a shitting on the Republicans thing. Like
absolutely not.
I don't give a shit about either party.
Here's the thing. I think if you vote along party lines, that you're stupid. Because you don't need to be voting along party lines. You need to be voting for who you believe is the best person for the job. That's the whole point. It's not whether they're a Republican or a Democrat. Yeah. It's a whether or not you think that they can do the best job out of all the people that are running.
Yeah.
So if you vote along party lines just because you were raised Democrat or you were raised Republican, you're stupid. 100%, I'll say that on the record. I believe that is the stupidest way to vote.
I mean, it's just a part of the machine. It's like football teams.
Yeah.
Like it's just like football teams. You were raised a Texas fan, so your whole life you're a Texas fan. You don't even live in Texas anymore, and they've been on a losing streak for like 47 seasons. But you're still a Texas fan. Like that's fine and all, but that's not your. I mean, that's mindless following. Like that's all it is.
Yeah.
Which once again, it's not wrong to vote Republican.
It's not wrong. It's absolutely
it's
not.
just a matter of like I don't give a shit about either party. Like I don't care about the Republicans. I don't care about Democrats. I can give a shit less.
Both parties have their own interests in mind, and they're not actually caring about the humans they're representing.
Yeah, and that's No, I get that. I'm just saying that they're all the 1%. I don't vote solely Republican. If I did, I wouldn't have worked for a Democrat. Fuck. Yeah, because he did work a Democratic campaign, so I mean he's not fenced.
Oh, Lithium Ember brings up a good point. George Washington said political parties would be the end of democracy, and look where we are now.
I mean,
listen, old Daddy Georgie, you not wrong. I wouldn't say it's the end of democracy. I would just say that we've gotten lost in the political machine.
We've quite fucked ourselves.
Yeah, quite simply. It's our fault.
I don't know. The American dream's dead, bro.
What is the American dream again?
Life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness.
Bull. Bull. Yeah. I'm calling bull on that.
Those are our rights.
We do not have a right to life because if you cannot pay for hospital bills, you don't. If you can't pay for $1,700 a month for insulin, you don't get to live.
It's all
liberty. We still have liberty.
We're a free country. Like,
however, there is still discrimination. There is still people being persecuted for things that they shouldn't be persecuted for.
I mean, it sounds like we're shitting on America pretty hard. I mean, we're a free country. we're not communist.
Okay,
China.
Let's put it this way. We are not North Korea. We are very privileged, and we are very, very lucky to have been born in America, one of the freest and most pretty much best functioning countries in the world. Right now, we're not functioning at the peak of our capacity, but we're still a free country. We still have way, way more than 95% of the human population.
I mean, all of our problems are essentially first world problems.
Because we are a first world country. So all of our problems are first world problems.
What does that say? George wasn't wrong, and their American dream isn't dead. It's just not attainable for everyone anymore. That's true, but I can't speak for the upper class, dude. I'm broke. I ain't there yet. When I get there, I'll revise my opinion. But as of now,
I am hardcore bottom of the barrel middle class. Like that's where we sit right now. Because I'd say lower middle class is fair because we do have a house, right?
Yeah.
We have streaming equipment. We have stuff. So we are middle class.
We had to work our asses off.
We have to work our asses off to pay for this stuff. Like I'm trying to get full time at my job right now, on top of going to school full time, right? So like
We can shit on it all we want. That's the beauty of America. That's
you
true.
right.
That's true. I mean, that's part of the first world privilege.
That's
You can shit on your home if you want. Like, what are they gonna do?
what are they gonna do?
You're being taxed.
Freedom of speech and all that.
Oh, thank God. Especially you and me, like, and probably a couple people watching. Like, being media people, that is such...
God, having free speech is amazing.
Like, the First Amendment is just a verbal erection. Like, that's such a beautiful thing. Because it's just a big middle
It's
finger.
like First Amendment. Ah!
Yeah, because it's just a middle finger. It's just like, fuck you, I can say what I want. Because, you know, everything else is monitored and guided. Like, what happened?
What? Whoa! Streamlabs, hey, chill. Lithium Ember's cool, Streamlabs. What's up, dog?
Get off my boy! No, man. So, it's beautiful to be in the world of media because freedom of speech is quite wonderful. Because as long as it's not libel, slander, or, you know, hazardous defamation, you can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
So, I mean, America's a great place because in other places they monitor, like, you have to go through a system of, like, 3 things, and then you get approved.
Think about it.
Your content...
Think about Russia.
It got offended.
Streamlabs, chill. Alright? Lithium Ember's chill. He's cool. Like, don't time him out. Don't delete all my messages. Now I can't refer to the conversation we were having, you dumb robot.
Yeah, Russia's whack. Like, don't they still beat gay people?
Yes. I do believe that being homosexual is against the law still in Russia.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know. Hold on.
You know.
Is being gay still illegal in Russia?
Does Bruno Mars is gay?
Does Bruno Mars is gay?
What a weird podcast this has been so far. Too much political truth. I mean, yeah.
Okay. So, although same-sex sexual activity between consenting adults in private was decriminalized in '93, homosexuality is disapproved by most Russians, and same-sex couples and households headed by same-sex couples are ineligible for the legal protections available to opposite-sex couples.
Yeah, okay.
There are no separate laws prohibiting discrimination based on sexual orientation. However, Constitution disallows any discrimination at all in Chapter 2. So, like...
That's essentially saying most of us are assholes, so we're not going to stop the public from being assholes. But you can be gay.
And transgender people are allowed to change their legal gender following sex reassignment surgery.
Hey, whoa.
However, there are currently no laws prohibiting discrimination based on gender identity or expression.
Holy shit, China has concentration camps? Who are they killing? Hong Kongese people?
No, it's...
Is that racist?
No.
What,
no,
Hong Kongians?
No, China has concentration camps right now. There's a sect of Arabs, of Muslim people that live in China. Like their religion is Muslim. They're Chinese people, but they practice Islam.
They're killing the Muslims?
And they have concentration camps in... Yeah, they have concentration camps specifically for those people that identify with that religion. I believe is... From what I understand, that's what's happening.
Well, Jake is going to fill us in on that, I'm sure. Jake, fill us in on that. That wasn't a jab. I'm genuinely asking.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah,
Are they
Muslims.
Really? Yo, what the fuck, China?
Chinese concentration camps.
Y'all just need to chill out and keep making shit.
Yeah, the Xinjiang re-education camps, officially called vocational education and training centers by the government, are internment camps that have been operated by the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Regional Government for the purposes of indoctrinating Uyghur Muslims since 2014.
Since 2014.
So they've had them for 20. So they've had them for 5, almost 6 years.
We're not gonna fuck with China. I was wondering in my head. I was like, why the fuck hasn't America jumped on that? Like,
because it's mandatory for people to serve in the military there. They have an army of like 8 million people.
We'll do anything to swing our dicks
How
around.
big is the Chinese military?
They're harvesting organs? What is this, a horror film?
I don't think so. The total manpower of 2 million.
That's a lot of fucking
That's
people,
2 million. The PLA, and they have a ground force of almost 1 million. They have almost
That's a lot of
so at any
motherfuckers.
given point, they have almost 1 million people ready to hit the
But I
ground.
mean, if they're communists, that means they can draft at any moment.
Absolutely.
Like, no notice. They could pull the whole country.
like America, we have to. There's a whole process, right? Because
yeah, and you can't draft everyone.
so like when I turned 18 and registered to vote, I had to sign a draft card, right? The selective service card. So if my number gets pulled, I have to serve in the military. I don't know if you ever are you signed up with selective service?
I plead the fifth.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So because he's not registered to vote, so he didn't actually sign up with selective service. Smart. Easy way to get out of it. How big is the United States Army?
Because the only backlash.
So our military has 1.3 million active duty with 865,000 in reserve.
That's actually fuck you, China.
So we have near the same amount of people. In fact, I think we have a few more.
Yeah, if you count reserved.
If you count reserve, we've got a little over 2 million. Right?
Oh.
But think about it. All of our people, we're not nearly as well trained, I don't think. Now, we have certain sects of our military that are crazy trained.
Yeah, our ability is to we want to blow shit up really fast and then get in there and kill the people.
Yeah, so like our Marines, crazy.
Organ harvesting website.
Our Navy, our SEAL teams, crazy. The Army, the Green Berets, crazy, right? But then you've got a bunch of middlemen, right? You got a bunch of people on nuclear submarines. You got a bunch of people on ships that know how to do ship stuff, but they don't actually know how to fight. So you put a gun in their hand, they're like, "Oh my god!" Right?
Ship stuff.
Now, don't get me wrong. I have family that served in the military. I'm not shitting on anybody here. I'm just saying that our military, as a whole, is probably not as well trained.
I was talking about that the other day, man.
What is it?
We have fucking dude. So we have our military stuff, but we don't even think about the fact that we have the right to bear arms, my guy. Like,
oh yeah, no. If somebody invades us,
if they try to invade, get fucked. Like,
yeah. Nova man, what's up, man?
What's poppin', Chief?
We're just chilling tonight, man. We're just talking about the political sphere.
I was talking about
chilling, dog.
Like a new civil. Like, so if the government tried to take the guns and then they came to the South, like, my guy,
good luck with that.
That is a civil war.
That's the second. That'll be the second civil war because let me tell you what.
So
Texas is not going to give up their guns for anything.
So China tried to invade, and the fucking military was like, "Yeah, dude, open up on them." Like
the military was like, "Hey y'all, it's open season."
My God, bro.
Every person in Mississippi would pull out all their guns. My uncle alone.
That's a lot of strap. That's all I'm trying to say.
My uncle alone could like fund a small 12-man team. Completely on his own. He's got enough guns and ammunition. Like, he could have a 12-man personal army.
I know people with at-home armories. Like, it's like that down here.
At my uncle's walk-in closet.
Like, dude, we'd turn some Chinese folks on their head, bro.
The new physical fitness test rolling in next year is going to steamroll anyone who isn't up to speed physically. Yeah, that's another big thing. They're making a lot of changes in the military. Their physical fitness test that they're redoing, they've redone it. Anyone who's not up to it, going under. That would be so bad. It would be the Civil War 3. We would skip the second.
Yeah.
It's like, skip the second Civil War. Like, let's just go to Civil War 3, where you try to take our guns and we kill everybody.
Boogaloo.
The Roombas have guns too, and claymores. Honestly, if you installed guns and claymores on Roombas, I would buy one. Just for home defense.
That'd be fucking sick.
Zoe, welcome to the podcast. Good to see you. That is the makeup artist that is going to be working on my film next semester.
Oh, very cool. Yeah. Hey, Zoe.
300
plus million gun-toting Americans with over 800 trillion rounds of ammunition. On Black Friday of 2019, enough guns were bought to give everyone in the Marines a weapon. Got to keep that thang on them.
So basically, if any foreign country tries to invade us, we as Americans, with our amazing constitution, our amazing rights of a first world country, we have the right to bear arms.
That's nasty, dude.
We would literally murk everyone.
That's nasty.
Anyone and everyone. Open the door, you have a 9mm shoved in your face. Like, who are you?
Fuck a Minutemen system. Like, we just got it like that.
What is Minutemen? Everyone here is a Minuteman. Like, literally everyone could be ready in a minute or less. That's the big thing about the Minutemen back then. They couldn't actually be ready in a minute or less because they have to, like, prime the musket and they got to...
Yeah.
Now it's just a semi-automatic. You just shove a clip in and go. Like, there's
Some people have full auto.
some people have full auto. Some people
just be like that.
Some people don't even bother to shove a clip in. They've already got a clip in it and they're just ready to go. Just, like, that's it, man. It's like...
Plus, like, we can make explosives super easy.
Okay, so let's...
I can go buy tannerite and lace our front yard right now.
Yeah, because like a lot of the stuff that people use to make bombs, potting soil, the fertilizer bomb in front of, was it the World Trade Center, like 2 years before it actually went down. They had like a giant van full of tannerite and stuff. Like, you could just buy it.
Tannerite's gnarly.
You can just buy it. That was the reason Japan didn't invade the mainland in World War II, because they believed that all Americans had a gun on them. Yeah, that's why they went for Pearl Harbor. They went for Hawaii.
Keep that thing on them.
Like, that's why they went to Hawaii. So they literally bombed our naval station in Hawaii, a little middle of the nowhere naval station.
What a fucking error.
And we literally ended their entire world.
We nuked them.
We were like, oh, you want to blow up some planes in our boats? Guess what? We're gonna blow up your entire country.
We did
a whole city gone.
They did something that fucked us up for about 15 minutes. We did things to them that had irreparable damage for...
Have you seen Catgirls? Okay. Have you seen the anime they put out now? That's our fault. We are to blame for that.
30 plus years of radioactive damage. Like, people were being born with radioactive poisoning. People were, like, adapting radioactive, like, side effects. We did 30 plus years of irreparable damage.
Okay, so that would be like you accidentally rolling over my toe and me grabbing a knife and stabbing you in the jugular. Okay, like that's...
You wait till I'm outside and just hit me with a fucking dump truck.
Yeah, no, it's just like I call him and be like, it's time. And then you just walk out to get the mail and boom, you're like, that's it. Like, that's the kind of... That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
So, like, that's what we did to them, right?
How many people did the nuke kill? Like 75K or something like that?
I don't know.
I think that's one of them.
How many people died in the Japanese nuclear bombings?
A lot of motherfuckers. That's a good
one. The bombs immediately devastated their targets. Over the next 2 to 4 months, the acute effects killed between 90,000 and 146,000 people in Hiroshima and 39,000 and 80,000 people in Nagasaki. Roughly half the deaths in each city occurred in the first day. So,
we killed a substantial army worth of men, women, and children.
So if we take the large ends, we take 146,000, we take 80,000. So that's 150 and 80,000. We killed like 230,000 people just with those two bombs.
They broke some planes.
How many people died in Pearl Harbor?
They broke some planes, dude. What the fuck?
Okay, hold on. This is what makes it better. We literally... So, we killed, what did we say, like 230,000 people? They killed 2,403.
We timed it by 100. We got revenge 100-fold.
To show the true power of America, I nuked this country twice.
Dude, yeah, and I think, wasn't one of the initial spots Tokyo? Like, we were going to bomb their capital.
We were like, you know what? Screw you. Tokyo, gone. That's it. You lost Tokyo privileges.
I don't... Like, we're cool with Japan now. Like,
yeah, I love Japan.
I watch anime all the time.
I don't, but that's just because I don't really like it. Because, like I said, what we did in the 40s, you can still see the effects of it today.
Plus, they're still so cool to Americans. Like, they'll have people come to Japan and live there so that they can work and teach English to kids and shit like that.
I mean, like, Noah was trying to get a job.
Yeah, like, we fuck with Japan heavy, and we nuked them, dude. We dropped a nuclear bomb.
We should just nuke everybody, because then they'll all be friendly.
No, Russia and North Korea don't fuck around like that.
If we nuked North Korea, literally the entire country would be gone.
You
like,
say,
the whole thing. It's
you
so
say
small.
Nukes and dicks get hard. Like, are we doing this? Let's do this. I want to see Fallout in real life.
Okay. So 2008 Navy personnel, 109 Marines, and 218 Army. Add to this 68 civilians. That's it. That's all they did. And we were like, nah, you know what? That 2,403. Let's do that by 100. Let's go for it. Just full send. No regrets. If you ain't strapped, you whack. We hit 2 civilian cities because of the Japanese ideology of empire and nationalism. A land invasion would never have worked based on the emperor being God. We did bomb Tokyo, just not with nukes. Look up their death toll.
Oh, we bombed Tokyo?
World War II Tokyo death toll.
No, dude. Tokyo's... What does that
Oh.
say? America
Shit.
nuke Hiroshima, Japan. Bet you won't do it again.
Nuke Nagasaki. I mean, you right, though.
Double tap, bitch!
It's like bomb Hiroshima, like, bet you won't. Bet. Hold my beer. So
What a fucking...
after the war, the United States Strategic Bombing Survey estimated that casualties at 87,793 killed
God damn.
and 40,918 injured. So that was on the March 10th. Nagasaki bombing. That was March 10th. We bombed... Okay, so we bombed Tokyo first, and that didn't work.
Oh, I mean, we tried to let them know.
So hold on. When was Pearl Harbor? April?
Should have took a chill pill, homie.
Pearl Harbor. Hold on.
Yo, there's actually a...
Okay, December 7th, 1941. So it took us like 4 years to get it together to kill them, but then we were like... So we bombed Tokyo first, and we were like, this ain't gonna work. They were like, yeah, you know what, whatever. And then we were like, you know what, give them the goods. Tony, open the safe, get it out. We're giving it to him. Early Christmas present, right? So, but why did it take? Okay, I'll give them this much. We did wait 4 years before we completely blew up their shit.
Charging our... Well, I mean, the Manhattan Project took a minute.
Yeah, I actually did a whole research project on the Manhattan Project. It was actually really good. I did very well.
Made an A.
I made an A. I didn't go to nationals with that project, but I actually competed like with history projects. That's how big of a nerd I was. I did history projects.
Hell yeah, son. I don't know. There's actually an animated movie. If you're into anime, even if you're not an anime, it's a good historical movie. It's called The Grave of the Fireflies. It's about World War II. It's about our air raids on Japan. It's incredibly good. I think it's called The Grave of the Fireflies.
Grave of the Fireflies,
Grave of the Fireflies.
1988.
It's incredibly good. Incredibly sad.
An hour and 30 minutes. 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. 4 out of 4 by Roger Ebert.
It's so good.
Woo!
It's incredibly good. Like, even if you're not an anime fan, it's worth watching. And it's just really sad.
If you're going to end it, end it. Don't leave room for error. It took 3 years because we had to go to Europe first. You're right. And we're like, you know what? Hitler's priority because he's been screwing with us longer. But you know what? We're gonna get it.
Well, I mean,
America to the Japanese general. I'm about to end this man's whole career.
You see what Hitler did. Hitler saw the chaos and was like, fuck that.
It was like, bye. The reason they used the nuke was because the island hopping strategy estimated another 1 million dead Americans. That's why they used the nuke. Yeah. They were like, you know...
Fuck that. We were going to do that anyway.
Yeah.
That was a test project for us.
Yeah, we were like, I wonder how we could possibly destroy the most amount of land and the most amount of people without ever having to touch the ground. Because here's the thing. Americans, we're lazy. All this was a giant lazy project.
Because what we normally test military experiments in the desert, right?
Yeah, which
you're not gonna drop a nuke in the fucking desert.
We did.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, that's how they tested the first nuclear bomb.
Fuck you, dude.
I actually got to hold a piece of glass from the test site where they dropped the first nuclear bomb. Where did they drop the first nuclear bomb? I should know this.
Nagasaki.
But I don't. Where was the first test nuclear bomb dropped?
It was alright. Was it Nagasaki?
Alamogordo, New Mexico. We dropped it in literally the middle of nowhere.
We fucking nuked ourselves first.
We did. We nuked ourselves.
We
nuked Alamogordo, New Mexico, right?
That sounds like some shit I would do for a YouTube video. Tase myself, look at the guy who's on the camera, and be like, "You gotta try this."
But so we dropped it on ourselves, and that's where the quote of J. Robert Oppenheimer saying, like, you know, we all felt that way that day. You know, I felt like I had become death, right? Because they saw it and was like, boo. Right?
Yeah, people were melted. Like
most Purple Hearts given out today were made during World War II because they were originally going to use the island hopping strategy. So basically they were like, all right, so we are going to use the island hopping strategy. We know everybody's going to die or get injured, so let's just make a whole shitload of Purple Hearts.
Yo, oh shit, it's 11:10. You know
Yeah, I knew. I ain't caring. I don't care. But think about it. We haven't streamed in like 3 weeks.
That's fair.
Right.
Supposed to wrap up like 11:30 or so.
Yeah.
Boys got work in the morning.
Your boy does not. I'm off until Friday.
I don't know, man. We nuked ourselves.
We did. And there's test footage of that. There's videos of the first nuclear bomb being dropped. Like in America, like in New Mexico. But I got to hold a piece of the glass because what happened is the sand was instantly turned to glass. Like the whole test site, the whole crater, completely turned into glass. So they actually collected some of that. And I went to the World War II Museum down in Louisiana, down in New Orleans, when I was doing the research for that project. And I actually got to hold and look at some of the glass, and I was like, that's freaking insane. It's crazy.
Hitler hated the fact that they attacked us. He wanted Mexico to attack from the south after they steamrolled Europe. But Japan hit us, and then we went to Europe to build up our ships again, and then we came back hard. Yes, we did. I mean, we won the fucking war.
You work Star Wars tomorrow? Nova Man, what? Where do you work? Oh, you probably work at a movie theater. Who
Probably
are
works
you?
at the Grand.
Who are you?
Maybe Calvin.
Who are you?
You're not my dad.
God bless and Godspeed, man. That's good luck with that, bro. Like, that's bad. Working.
We had a cannon with a nuclear warhead. That's fucking savage, bro.
We're just like, you know what we're gonna do? You know this cannon we got here? Why don't we stick a nuke in it?
If the bombs didn't work. To shoot a nuke from a cannon is the most savage shit I've ever heard of in my life. Because it's one thing to just drop that fucking
Drop
thing.
it from a B-52.
And then I think they had to like detonate it miles above ground level. Like they had to detonate it before it hit the ground. Because they had to sink and disperse. Because if it were to touch the ground and then detonate, it would just go straight up. So I know we dropped it like a couple thousand meters above the ground or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, like we had to detonate it before it touched the ground.
Did we detonate the nuclear bombs before they touched the ground in Japan?
Oh, theater at Cinemark. Oh, that's my hometown.
Who
is this?
The Cinemark. Which Cinemark?
It's probably the one in Pearl.
I have a Cinemark in Gulfport.
Oh, I might be wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know we have to detonate it before it touches. But to yeet that thing from a cannon, though, to just be like, yeah, aim it for their fucking skull. Find the nearest skull and
just yeah.
It's a dope video to see the cannon with the warhead on it.
I don't know. I'm just kind of trying to look.
Hold on, let me try another one. How high off the ground do you have to detonate a nuclear bomb? I'm gonna get a fucking email from the FBI.
Yeah, your FBI agent's gonna be like, "What are you doing?"
An airburst is defined as one of the explosion occurs in the air at an altitude.
Detonation height of about 1,900 feet above the city.
Yeah. Okay. So a couple thousand meters.
Yeah. So it's like 2,000 feet before it hit the ground. They blew it up so that way it would literally just fireball. Yeah, Tim's right. The one in Pearl. Man, Nova, come on. I was hoping it. Who are you? Reveal yourself.
Tell me what your name is, you fuck. Is it Paris? No, Paris doesn't work at the theater. Am I retarded? Who
Probably.
is this? Well, I mean, I said that earlier. I don't know, man. I'm trying to figure out who it is. We talked about politics and war a lot today. And, like, while I'm down to talk about war, I normally hate talking politics. Pretty sure it was named Atomic Annie. The cannon? Because that's savage. Like, I hate how we name hurricanes and shit.
Yeah.
Hurricane Gustavus.
We don't. America's racist. We're not going to name it after
Hurricane
Mexican.
Jeremy.
It's a guessing game, he says.
What a fucking... No, fuck you. I'm not doing that. Who do I know that works at... Dustin? Maybe? Is it Dustin? I don't know who I know that works at the theater anymore. It's been so long since I've been there. I live in Hattiesburg now. I'm a different person now. I'm twice as retarded as what you once did.
You know how stupid I was then? Multiply that
you
by
know
4.
nothing. I ate the hottest pepper in the world and melted my fucking brain apart.
He tried to smoke blazing sauce in his vape. He tried to put it in his vape, and like he was literally going to catch his lungs on fire. He's just going to shut his lungs down just for views, man.
I'd have done it too if you and your dog hadn't stopped me. Well, actually, there's like 6 of us. So
Yeah, no, there was, because it was an early episode of the podcast. I wasn't a host yet. We still
it's Dustin. I knew it.
There you go. I had not come on as a host yet.
We didn't have the Whoa! We didn't have the rights to it.
Yeah, we didn't have the rights to it. So I was working camera, and I was working. I think I was on that episode as a guest. I was just there as a guest. I was just there to
you were
kind
sitting
of
at
bounce
the table,
off.
I believe.
But yeah, so it was like early episodes. Man, it's
ASMR.
it's crazy to think how far we've come with the podcast.
I mean, that was months ago, dude.
Yeah, I watched that and couldn't stop laughing. Yeah, see.
Oh, the pepper video.
Yeah. No, dude, it's great. So to wrap it all up, because we're running into time here. We've gone well over time, but that's because you guys are keeping the conversation going, and we appreciate that, man.
You guys really like war and politics.
Honestly, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I find war interesting.
Yeah, war's
right?
dope.
It's crazy.
War's dope. The topic of war is dope.
The talking about war and talking about like military stuff and all that. It's fascinating to me.
What a flex, man. When you're a kid, you're like, my dad could beat your dad up. When you're an adult, you're like, my country will kick the fucking shit out of your country, dude.
My country will nuke yours. And then North Korea is like, we got them too. We're like, no, you don't. Shut up.
You fucking short bowl cut bitch. Fuck.
We can't do much, but we've got a talking, walking Cheeto. Right?
Yeah, man, they hung out.
With a bag comb over.
I bet they ate like Subway or something casual.
Just imagine Kim Jong-un and Trump eating Subway.
At a Subway. He's trying to get tomatoes, but the chick behind the thing is like, she just keeps putting cucumbers on his fucking sandwich. He's like, fuck you, I'll kill you. And Trump's like, no, we don't do that here, bro. Just get her to put it back.
War never changes. It's always fun to talk about. Yep. It is.
Why are we here? Is it to suffer?
I can still feel my legs.
Every night, I feel the pain in my legs.
But to wrap it all up, yeah, it's crazy to think about how far we've come in the podcast just from the early days.
Yeah, generally
of when you started it with the rest of the former crew, you know, like Jordan and Corey and.
Yeah, we were a horror movie podcast back then.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I still intend to talk about horror movies.
Absolutely. If there's any good horror movies coming out that you guys want us to go see and review on the podcast, let us know.
Not that fucking Christmas one. I'm not going to fucking watch that.
Black Christmas?
Yeah, Get Bent. I'm not watching that.
Get Bent. Not that one. But yeah, if there's some good horror movies coming out that you guys want us to go see and review on the podcast, just holler at us. Let us know.
Yeah, and Jake, shoot me a message while we're wrapping up. I'll message you after we're done wrapping up, and we can set up a day and set up a topic. Because I'd hate to go back to back on the war topic, which, I mean, I would love to have you on and talk about war.
Yeah. But for sure, most definitely, thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you guys for making it fun. Because we had a blast tonight. Like I said, we didn't have the guests that we thought we were going to have. We're working on that.
Oh.
Yeah, we're working on it. We're gonna see what we can do. See Midway. Okay.
See Midway.
Midway. It's great.
I could find that for free.
Well, it might also.
Oh, that's the one that you see on YouTube all the time, where he's like, the commander dude goes in front of his soldiers. He's like, the government said, beat him.
It's all about Pearl Harbor.
Kill him from the back. And then the dude in front of the crowd's like, well, sir, I'm sorry to say this, but they're wrong. I'm like, you can't say...
Hold on, we got Dennis Quaid, we got Nick Jonas, we got Woody Harrelson.
Nick Jonas, sold.
All right, well, you know what? We'll find it. We'll, Grudge, you want us to watch The Grudge?
The new Grudge? Bitch, I am so already on that.
The Grudge 2020.
Fuck.
I've never seen the original, so I think I need some education first.
Yes, you do. It's so good. It's based off of a really, really, really old Japanese horror story.
With John Cho. Hell yeah. Oh. I like John Cho.
Is that the new one?
Yeah, the new one has John Cho
in it. As I say, I don't recall him being in the old one.
No. But yeah, definitely. All right, we'll
Look at all that whitewashing.
Yeah, we'll look it up. We'll give it a shot. But guys, I think that's gonna do it for us tonight here on the Context Cocktail.
1, 2, 3 movies, yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for making it entertaining. Thanks for keeping us entertained tonight. My name is Garrett Stone.
I'm Tim fucking Hopkins.
Stay thirsty, my friends.